So here's a thing. It's a Toshiba laptop. Another trash-picked computer. This one, I'm not quite sure how old it is, but I mean, it's probably, I think it's from XP era. Because, I mean, it has some interesting things with it. I mean, it's got an SD card slot. It's got microphone and headphone jack, and it's got this wheel. It's kind of cool. Volume adjuster. And sure enough, Microsoft XP 2005 Media Center Edition. Okay, so this is a Toshiba Satellite A105. Contains a nickel, cadmium, or lithium ion battery. Let's see which one that is. Okay, let's pull. It's hard to do one-handed. Hold on a minute. It's hard to do two-handed. But it is a Li-ion battery. I bet this thing is dead as a doornail, though. It's in pretty good shape, though. Okay. And what else we got here? It's got a couple USB ports. It's got a Wi-Fi on-off switch, DVD multi-recorder. Oh, this is pretty advanced for the time. See, that is a phone for modem. There's a modem on this thing. That's pretty interesting. That's 2005. Most things didn't have modems, but it doesn't even have a parallel port for a printer. It has a spot for it, but let's see if there's anything under there. Hold on. I got my good old Comp USA toolkit here. And screwdriver, and let's open it up. Well, I opened it up and that screw doesn't release this, so let's try opening this up. Let's see what's inside. Well, taking it off, it looks like there are 2 RAM things. I don't know what they call them, DIMMs or SIMs or whatever. 1 gigabyte DDR2. And 512 megabytes DDR2. And then there's a hard drive here, which I really don't want to remove because it's got this little cool thing, but it's kind of loose in there. I'll leave it be. But that's the expansion. You can change the hard drive out, or you could add some RAM. Looks like someone did that. Because I would imagine this did not have, from the factory, 1.5 gigabytes. It just doesn't seem like a nice round number. But there's a little book here for something. "中国制造", made in China. That's really interesting. I've never seen anything like that. Let's see this side. Certified for use in Hong Kong. That is really interesting. I've never seen a little booklet like that inside of a computer. Alright. Let's see if we can turn it on. So this one did not come with a power adapter, but I do have this universal power adapter, which has this kind of thing that these things go on. A Targus. And basically it has these little things you can put on it. Barrel plugs, different sizes, that may fit with certain things, so you can try it. So here we go. Oh, it does have more USB ports here, and RJ45. There is, interestingly enough, no PS2 ports. This is definitely past the day and age of PS2 ports were a thing. Oh, before we plug it in, actually, let's see if the battery has any charge at all. No. Let's see. Oh. There it goes. Comes alive. Now, Satellite is an interesting name for this. Oh, there it is. In touch with tomorrow. Toshiba. Intel. So, Satellite's an interesting name for this because, I don't know, my dad had a Plymouth Satellite. Never ran, as far as I knew. Well, he probably ran when he bought it, but it never ran when I was remembering. It was a pretty cool car. Although really old and kind of rusty. Anyway, so, oh, here we go. Windows XP Media Center Edition. So, I'm going to see what the deal is with this. Make sure that most people don't delete anything. So let me see if there's any confidential information in here. I'm not going to release that. So there's tons and tons of confidential information. Whoever had this before did not erase anything or even try to. They just put it in the dumpster. Please, people, take out the hard drive. At least delete the stuff. Make it hard for people. You know, this thing's got a lot of wear, but I mean, it still runs. It booted up pretty quick. So I mean, I can think of a lot of uses for it still. There is some interesting software I found in it. This Wild Tangent Toshiba Games thing was kind of interesting. It had some games already on it. Let's see. Fate. I've heard of this game before. I think it's kind of like a dungeon crawler kind of thing. Let's see if we can get it to go. Or if it's completely garbage. Hold on. So it did eventually load in. There's a continue game, new game. Be a page, adventure. This guy looks kind of cool. Just do random features. That's kind of a cool mustache. Random name. Iron Thorn. Okay. Oh, we get a dog or a cat. And this runs still pretty well, so I mean, still you could be using it. If XP games are your thing, this would be definitely something that you could do. This looks like it came from the factory too. I don't really care about this. Fun. But it's running pretty well. I mean, so if XP games are your thing, this would be a good computer for that. I mean, it runs fairly well. It is a bit slow though loading. Yeah, it works just fine. In case you're wondering, the hard drive is 74.2 gigabytes. And, oh, there's 44 gigs free. I've never had a computer with such a small amount of hard drive space where I've actually kept it so empty. So, here's WinRISC, which is a Windows version of RISC, which is, you know, pretty neat. Okay. I guess I'm Team Red. Take over all of North America because, you know, let's do Australia and Kamchatka. Alright, so then we're going to beef up our armies here. Here and here. Okay, they're going to attack me a bit. This is really exciting watching a game risk. Player one's turn. Okay, so I'm going to attack. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. This is super exciting, isn't it? So let's go from here to here. Oh, I died. There. Okay. Well, I couldn't end my turn because you need to have a middle button to pass to end your turn, and yeah, no middle button. So let's see what else is on here. Worms 2. It's an interesting game. It runs great. I mean, this thing alone is fun for this. Interestingly enough, there's a N64 emulator installed. And sure enough, it plays just fine. Let's see if we can get full screen. No. Video settings, full screen. Here we go. A little bit of lag, but it's pretty cool. I don't know what anything's mapped to, but another thing that's kind of cool is that it has a, I didn't mention this before, it has video and a FireWire port in this thing for some kind of cards. I'm not sure if it's PCMI or whatever. But that's video port. You could hook it up to a TV. You could even make this into some kind of retro console emulator thing. But anyway, this is kind of a cool thing. If you like this video, comment below. Like, subscribe, whatever. Anyway, see you later.